Hey friends, welcome to another car chat, job loss edition this time. I shouldn't laugh, you guys. I'm one of those nervous laughing type of people. Anyway, if y'all saw my freezer clean out video, you know that my husband lost his job. We're a one income family, so this is absolutely a nerve-wracking time, and I've been in a great space to make content and stuff like that. But I thought, maybe I should share a few things my husband and I did to feel a little bit more in control. But this is not money advice. This is just me letting you know what me and my husband did. That kind of help us at least breathe and just calm down and not freak out immediately. We're going to plan and we're not going to panic. One of the first things we did was take inventory. And by that I mean, how much money do we have in savings? How much money do we have in check-ins? What's in our retirement? How much is our bills complete a month? Mortgage, car, everything, subscriptions. Just a holistic top-down view of sort of our financial situation at the moment. So knowing, although we weren't happy with the numbers, it still felt better to know I can speak to what we owe, what's coming out, what's due, what will be due. Just knowing that information gave us a lot of clarity and gave us a lot of control, or at least feeling like we had control. And that was very helpful. Now, for us, this was a little easy to do because my husband is a numbers guy. So we have a huge Excel spreadsheet for our family. It has our budget that we do every pay period. We have tabs for different things, savings, debt, all of that. We're able to get to that information quickly, but you may not have that. So pen and paper works. Your phone, if you have an iPhone or whatever, notes, you could even create tables in it. Google has free sheets, which is basically, like Excel. Use any of these programs. Go into those accounts, log in, put it down on paper, or, have it down so you can look at it and reference it. I promise you, it seems like, why am I doing this? It really does help to have a handle on your financial situation, good or bad. Like I said, we were not ecstatic about the numbers we were seeing, but it's just better, and just the adult thing to do is to know your financial health. So we took inventory, money, debt, everything. The next thing we were able to do was, because we have everything listed, we were able to look and see things that could easily go without even too much headache, too much talking. They're obvious. Cutting those things off. I don't need to have some heartfelt conversation about, stopping a few of my Patreon contributions. That's pretty easy. There's not a lot of conversation that needs to be had. You know what I mean? So some things will just show themselves when you have it written down, when you can just look at it and I have to think, oh, what about this? Oh yeah, I think I paid for this or that. No, we got it written down, a lot easier to see. So that was the second thing. The third thing we did was, now, once we decided what probably would have to go, there are things that we can't do anything about. Gas, groceries, electricity, water, your utilities, all of that. Those are bills that are just your basic needs. However, it doesn't mean that those things can't go down. You can call your mortgage lender if you've had your house long enough, try to refinance it, get a lower interest rate. We haven't had a house long enough to do that. But there are certain things you can do in that category. Closed mouths don't get fed. A lot of these utility companies and stuff like that have programs for people who are low income, for people who have lost their jobs. Those are easy phone calls to make to figure out, again, if you can get help, leniency, things of that nature. They could hold off on late fees, lots of different things. Again, every state is different, and this is also a good spot to see where can you bring the bills down that you do have. I will say, we were never one of them families that was like, oh, turn off the light because no one's in that room, child, or every damn light be on in our house. Now, hey, you're not in this room, you're not in this place, shut this thing off. Okay, we're not using the coffee maker, whatever, unplug those things. Try to bring this electricity bill down a little bit. For us, a huge spot for us to save is our food budget. Now, this will be different for everyone. It may not be in your bills. Maybe it's in your discretionary money. Maybe you like to go out and have brunch during the weekends and go to the movies and do all types of fun things. Maybe that has to come down. For us, it was food. Now, I would say when my son went to college, we did not adjust our food budget. It was like, wow, our food budget, honestly, even if you haven't lost your job, we probably should have been looked at the food budget. It's a bit inflated for 3 people, but now we're trying to bring it down even further. So I'm hoping I could share some of this with you guys as I work my way through it. And that's it, y'all. Those were the things that we did. We took inventory, and by that I mean our financial inventory, and then from that you were able to then quickly go through that list and just cut off things that were luxuries or nice to have that really didn't require discussion. And then from there, stuff that did need a conversation or things that we couldn't do anything about, food bill, mortgage, electricity, stuff like that, is there any way to bring those things down? Like seeing if you could refinance for a lower interest rate. Maybe your electricity company can give you a pause on any late fees, like cutting down on groceries, different things like that. And the thing that I did not add also was really just taking a day or two, child, just to get our nerves right, a minute just to gather ourselves, because losing a job is, kind of like a bit shameful feeling. It is really scary, and you need a little time to wrestle with that. And I think taking 24 hours, 48 hours just to breathe, just to take a minute, think, reflect, that's important. Sometimes you have to be delusional and look at things on the bright side as much as possible. And don't get me wrong, we're scared, anxiety is high. I feel like the more control you have over it, the better you're able to deal with it, the more clarity you have. All right, friends, that's it. That was way longer than I thought. My heart really goes out to everybody who's in a similar boat as us. So if this video was helpful at all, you guys, please give it a like, comment. If you have any tips, encouragement, I will take all of it. And maybe you might even help somebody else in the comments. All right, friends, hopefully I will see you in the next one, and I hope you have a good one. Bye.